Thank you.
Jean.
I have abstract number 23 for the general fund, voucher 2935 to 3035 in the amount of $781,311.90. For the highway, voucher 677H to 723H in the amount of $226,539.04.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Ms. Tarwacki?
Yes.
Mr. Coral?
Yes.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Yes.
I have a few budget modifications. You should have received my revised copy. I have a couple of things. We're getting to the end of the year. I'm removing $1,106.27 from contractual for justice overtime. And Sharon Edick informed me today that we're going to be short for postage in order to get all of our tax bills out at the end of the month. So I need to modify $4,029.40 from contractual to postage. And for highway, some miscellaneous items to clean up some of the different lines. $168.93 from container maintenance for concrete block, $250 from winter miscellaneous to IM reimbursement, and another $250 from winter miscellaneous to life insurance.
Motion to approve. Second.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Ms. Tarwacki?
Yes.
Mr. Coral?
Yes.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Yes. Heather.
Yes, item number 7 is identical to a similar item that was addressed last year. As the board knows, the Lovatis Law Firm represents both the town of Cicero and the Village of North Syracuse. The town of Cicero's attorney has traditionally prepared the fire protection district contract between the town and the village. Our office had nothing to do with the negotiation of the terms of the contract. That was done solely between the town and the village. We have memorialized in writing what both parties have told us the terms of the contract are going to be, and that's essentially the dollar figure that was approved at your public hearing and the term of basically 1109 through 12/31/09. The board waived any conflict that may have been inherent in our firm's representation of technically two parties to the same contract last year. If you're comfortable with it, we see no reason why you shouldn't be able to do so again this year. And you should have received a letter from our office to the supervisor outlining the nature of the conflict and requesting that authorization from you. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to try and answer.
Any questions? Motion to approve is presented. Second.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Ms. Tarwacki?
Yes.
Mr. Coral?
Yes.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Yes. Jean.
Yes, I have the procurement policy, which I ask the board to review and to approve. A new state law has come out that every year requires us to update our policy, and we had to make some changes. The last section of it requires now that we list department heads who are responsible for purchases and what department they're in. I added that as section 8. I also did make a couple of minor changes. Currently, anything over $500 purchased, we consider equipment. Equipment is something that needs to then go onto our fixed assets. And at the time, $500 was probably a very reasonable amount for something to go onto fixed assets. Fixed assets is to be something that's long-term, that we're going to have for a while. Nowadays, 500 doesn't go as far, so I've asked if we could up it to 1,000, which is the same amount that we would come to the board for approval for. I think it's more reasonable to put those things, otherwise we're putting all these tiny little things onto our fixed assets that we really don't need to be doing. So that's my major change in here. Otherwise we're keeping the same thing, $1,000 come to the board. I don't know if anybody has any questions.
Any questions? No.
Will this change the status of things that you have on your record already?
It will be going forward.
Okay.
It's just to go forward.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Ms. Tarwacki?
Yes.
Mr. Coral?
Yes.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Yes.